Sony Santa Monica Studio is one of the most well-respected studios in the entire game. However, they are mostly known for God of War, and they really haven't strayed far from that. That's not a bad thing, given the success of the God of War franchise. That's obviously going to lead them to do more God of War, and at the end of the day, they did put out God of War Ascension in 2013, and then they completely changed the formula of God of War with God of War 2018. But from a new job listing, it looks like they might be making something new, and a talented studio like Santa Monica working on a brand new title outside of God of War. God of War Ragnarok is going to be great, but another title that's incredibly exciting. We'll talk about that. And also, I want to give you guys a heads up on Destruction AllStars. It got a new gameplay trailer, and it's a game that's going a little bit under the radar, so I thought I'd get you guys a little bit up to speed and point some attention to that trailer. But we'll talk that in just a little bit. Okay, Sony Interactive Entertainment Santa Monica Studio is a top-tier studio, and they are looking for a new employee from a job ad, and it is seeking an art director for an unannounced title. So an unannounced title, God of War Ragnarok obviously announced, so this is a completely different game. It notes, we are seeking an experienced art director for the game development of a new unannounced title. Do you love collaborating to build genre-defining games? Join us as we embark on a new journey. They should have practical experience in defining and maintaining a world-class artistic visual to support the overall game vision. With a proven execution to ship, they will coordinate large teams of artists across multiple subject areas to execute on the creative promise for a large new-scale project. I should say a large-scale new project. So this sounds like it is a AAA game. Sometimes we'll see studios that have big games in production and they'll work on a smaller game on the side. But in this case, it does seem like it'll be a AAA big-budget title, and what's even more interesting, Cory Barlog, who was the director of 2018's God of War title, did retweet it, so it looks like he might be involved in this game as well. So that's interesting to see how all of this comes into place. God of War Ragnarok must be pretty far along in development since it was noted for a 2021 release. I am still very, very skeptical about that. I think it'll end up most likely being an early 22 title, but hey, they're going for 2021. I just don't buy it at this stage of the game. And with how many games that are being delayed these days, I really wouldn't get super amped up and completely expect to play God of War Ragnarok in 2021. Look, if we do, I'll be as happy as anyone else. I loved God of War 2018. I don't know, just based on seeing, you know, the logo for the game and them aiming for 2021, that makes me a little bit skeptical, but we'll ultimately see how things do turn out. Okay, also do want to note this quickly. Destruction AllStars is a game that's been barely getting any buzz. It was originally scheduled for the PlayStation 5's launch, but it was delayed, and I think the delay made all the sense in the world just because I really think this game would have gone lost in the shuffle for a couple of different reasons. First of all, I don't think a lot of people were looking to pick this game up at launch. I know that launch titles were a little bit slim pickings, but a $70 price tag, I just don't think this game would have done well. And also, just mentioned, I don't think people are going to buy this game for $70. I just think that's going to be a really, really hard sell, but they have remedied that fact as well because this is going to be February's PlayStation Plus free title. Well, you know, free for what you want to consider free, like PlayStation Plus subscription payments, obviously. But you're going to get Destruction AllStars, and given the fact that this is a game that is completely focused on multiplayer, that is going to be really, really beneficial to this game's player base in the future. I don't know if this is a game that's going to, you know, pop off like a Rocket League or a Fall Guys, but I always find it interesting when you have brand new games like this be PlayStation Plus titles because you do give that opportunity to the consumer just because you can download the game if you're a Plus subscriber, which most people are, and there's really not a significant risk in trying the game out. And if you do enjoy it, if streamers start playing it, it can really start to add some momentum to the experience, and then a lot of people all of a sudden are playing it, although it's going to be limited because it's exclusive to the PlayStation 5, and obviously PlayStation 5 limitations are there right now. But I think this is best case scenario for Destruction AllStars to get the spotlight that it deserves. I think the delay was the right move in this case, and I don't think the game would have done all too well if it did release on that launch day. Nevertheless, we did get a brand new trailer for the game Meet Your AllStars, where they show off all 16 characters, and they all look pretty wacky, pretty zany. But I feel like this level of wackiness and zaniness is kind of in right now, and they all look relatively unique. Went to the official PlayStation page for the game. It notes, stars and cars collide, dominate the glittering globe phenomenon of Destruction AllStars, the spectacular primetime sport for dangerous drivers. Master the art of intense vehicle-based combat through timing, tactics, and skills to cause colossal amounts of damage, destruction, and devastation in vibrant arenas across the globe. Pile on the destruction from behind the wheel, or leap into the arena with a breathtaking reel of parkour action by dodging attacks, taking over vehicles, or using abilities to disrupt the onslaught of incoming vehicles. The one thing I've noticed is that people will talk about, you know, there are a million other IPs that we want to see the PlayStation 5 have games for. Was Destruction All-Stars really necessary? However, there is a need to constantly develop new IPs, constantly develop new games. And who knows, this is a game that I think could surprise a lot of people, and I think, again, having it as a PlayStation Plus freebie was the smartest thing they could have done, because at $70, I just think this game would be in a world of trouble, but now it's going to get a decent bit of spotlight, and that spotlight can ultimately allow the game to have some sort of longevity, because if it's a multiplayer-centric title, not a lot of people buy it at $70, that's going to be really, really bad for the future of the game, and I would imagine this is the kind of game that they do want to consistently update. They do want to keep it an experience with a little bit of longevity to it, but that's just my 2 cents and what I have taken away from the game. Nevertheless, that's going to conclude this one. Again, Sony Santa Monica working on a brand new title could be pretty cool. I would imagine it would be a new IP and not something that is an existing IP. That seems like Cory Barlog's idea of what he wants to do, something entirely new. And while God of War is still probably going to be, you know, their centerpiece, a new IP is definitely something I would be excited for. And Destruction All-Stars, don't sleep on the game. You're not going to have to pay $70 for it. If you have a Plus subscription, you're going to be able to play that. Really, the issue these days, if you want to play Destruction All-Stars, is having a PlayStation 5. But nevertheless, that's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.